Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jade here. What I'm going to be bringing you today in this build is strictly a support role build for PvP, and all you're going to be doing is just popping ulties left and right. All right, and your main ultis is going to be Permafrost. Your backup is going to be the Resto ulti. Now, the reason we have it like this is we'll go into it a little bit later. But right now I want to go in over the character sheet. I'll go over gear. I'll go over skills. We'll talk about the build a little bit and why we're doing certain things. And then we'll go over CP. So again, this build, just keep in mind that you will not do any damage with this build. Keep that in mind. Because if you're going to try and go in there and start doing damage with this, you're screwing the build up. This build is strictly and only for group play. You could do small group play with it, sure. But it's mainly for group play and a support role. So keep that in mind. I know everybody wants to be a DPS, nobody wants to be a support role. But if you're looking for a support role, definitely keep this build in mind because it is a great support role build. Now, let's go into character sheet. Let's go ahead and just buff up with just 2 buffs. And we'll go from there. As you can see, you're getting major sorcery, major ward, protection, resolve. Okay, just so you guys know. So if you look at the build with on your front bar, you have 14k magicka, 1600 magic recovery, 39k health, 21k stamina, 24.8k spell and physical resistance, and you're at 2990 for critical resistance. Now if you look at it on your back bar, and we'll buff on it right quick just so you kind of look at it again. Pause it if you need to. Now on our back bar, we're still at 13k magicka, 1600 recovery, 38k health, 20k stam, 21.1 physical and spell resistance, and 32 critical resistance. Okay. We do have 37 in the health, 27 into stam. I have been messing around this build for probably 2-3 months now, trying to get it right, and this is just what feels right to me now. So hopefully it feels right to you guys as well. If it doesn't, then just change whatever you need to change to fit your playstyle. I just like about 40k health and then 21k stam. That's just what I like, and I'm getting by with 14k magicka and 1600 recovery. Pretty good. And we'll just go over kind of the effects that we have right now. We are stage 4 vampire. Excuse me. You don't have to be one. If you want to be a vampire, by all means, go for it. I do not suggest being a werewolf because you will not be using that werewolf. You won't be using that ulti. Now, for stage 4 vampire, can you lower it to 1? Yeah, you can be whatever stage you want to be in. I've already tested it out. Obviously, you're going to get hit a little bit harder with flame, but it's not really that big of an issue. It's honestly not that bad. And we're mainly a vampire for the recovery. I forgot to go over that, but we're only a vampire for the recovery. It does come with a few perks, such as when you sneak, you're able to kind of go a little bit faster than walking like this. So it is super nice to be able to, if you're sneaking up on and getting ready to take a keep or something like that, it's good to be able to get that ready. Or a keep, I meant like a group, or if you're gonna go battle on the bridge or something like that, it's good to kind of get your group in the sneak and get there quicker. Unless you just charge it on a horse, then it's awesome. Whatever. Our Moonstone is going to be the Atronach. It's just going to be your magic recovery just to get that extra bit of 1600. Alright, you're not going to get 1600 just with magic recovery, obviously, but it's going to boost it up to that, and it's kind of nice just to kind of get that. And yeah, we are using our tri-stat foods as well. So let's go over gear, and then we'll go over our skills and why we use certain things. So our gear is pretty easy to obtain. Just gotta beat Vet Maelstrom. Shouldn't be that hard. If you do have any questions about Vet Maelstrom or anything like that, I'll put up a build that I think is by far the easiest to complete it with, and then that way it'll help you get whatever you need. I actually will do that later. Matter of fact, I'll make probably the easiest build I know that I run Maelstrom with, and I'll show you how I do it and all that stuff. But anyways, we're running Maelstrom Sword and Board. Reason why we're using it is for the low slash. Anytime you hit somebody with low slash and then you heavy attack, you restore magicka and stamina. There's no cooldown to it. You literally slow slash heavy attack, low slash heavy attack. You can sit there and do it back to back if you need it. It's not too bad. As far as traits go and your weapons, I suggest going decisive, because this is strictly mainly for ulti regen. That's all it's for. So to have this on decisive on both bars would be nice. Anytime you gain ultimate, you're gaining ultimate back. Like it's just amazing. I did try it with decisive. I had a mace, but I think I deconned it by accident. But decisive is just amazing with this build on both bars. It's just really good. We do have impan on the shield, and we do have the tri-stats on there, just to kind of get that little bit extra magic and stam. Now, as far as the enchant that I have on here, where it deals magic damage, restores health, I've kind of fiddled around with it and done restore stam, restore all this stuff. But I mean, like, honestly, you can kind of put whatever enchant you want on it. That's why I just kind of left it on the last one that I tried out. I tried the stam, it was fine. We got a lot of stam back, but even with the low slash and a heavy attack combined with it, you're getting a lot of stam back anyway, so you don't need the enchant to recover stam. We tried the magicka one, it restores magicka. You really don't need that, especially with the recovery and the belly netch going. You really don't need that. And then plus, if you heavy attack with this resto ulti, like, it's just ridiculous. You're getting it back anyways. Could you use poisons or anything like that? Yeah, sure you could. If you have poisons you want to use, by all means, slap them on, and go to town. But this is just what I have set up and what I've been testing. I haven't tested any poisons or anything like that. I just didn't test any poisons. The reason why is mainly because if you're looking at this build, you probably already know stuff about poisons and what you would want to put on something like this anyways, just by looking at it. So just use whatever enchants or poisons you want to use on them. They really doesn't matter with this build. As far as the way it's spec'd now, like, it doesn't matter what you use as far as enchants go. Now let's look at our last set of gear, or at the second set of gear. It's going to be the potato set is what I call it. Basically what it does is it reduces the cost of your ultimate abilities by 10%. That is incredible with this build. Your traits, as far as your jewelry goes for this build, is always going to be healthy. And if you stop right now, whatever you're doing, and you're able to get on ESO and go buy them, and you're thinking about you ever might consider trying this out, definitely do it. Go buy them. They're at like 5K now. Who knows how long they'll be there. At least that cheap. They're extremely, extremely cheap. You can only get them in jewelry and weapons. That's why I suggest just running them in jewelry. They're just extremely cheap. So definitely try and pick them up. I do have one health recovery, mainly because I always, every time I come in a PvP, I always forget to grab the other magicka recovery enchant that I have for this. I just always forget. I don't know. Whatever. You ever forget? Well, it happens to me. But keep those three in magic recovery, and if you look at your recovery now, you're at 16, 18. You're probably looking at 17, high 17s, if not 1800. So 157 plus 1600. Just you do the math. So now we're looking at Dragon as our third set. And the reason why we're using this is because it reduces the cost of your ultimate abilities by 15%. This is the Dragon set. Alright. So you got 10 plus 15, 25. You got 25% ultimate reduction. Okay. All these are going to be in pin except for the legs and shoulders, which is going to be reinforced and well fitted. So if you look at them, they're all in pin. You can put all max health glyphs on these. That's what I did, and then I have stam and stam. It's just what I have. And I actually kind of like it. I don't see that in the future that I would change anything for more stam. If anything, I would probably change a chest or leg piece for more stam. But this is what I got. The very last piece, which is the monster set, which is really, really good in PvP as far as like group play, pushing other groups. Pushing other groups, pushing in tight spots, pushing in big spots, like whatever. Like it's really good set. And this is the Thorvikins. And basically what this does is anytime an enemy nearby you damages you, a pool is going to start to spawn underneath your person, and it's going to affect everybody with minor maim and minor defile for 8 seconds. And as soon as it procs and ends and you're taking damage, it will proc again, and it will proc again, and it'll proc again. It pretty much as soon as the effect ends, it procs again. Like, it's that quick. This is a set we're using as far as just to kind of get that minor defile going and the minor maim. It is an incredible monster set for this particular build. You could probably combine it with a stam build as far as if you wanted to DPS it. This is definitely a really good monster set for that as well, if you want to do something like that. But for this build, it is amazing just for the minor maim and the minor defile. So let's go ahead and look at skills and why we're using certain things. So Heroic Slash. Main reason why we're using it is for the ulti regen, the minor heroism, granting you one ultimate every 1.5 seconds for 9 seconds. We don't really care too much about the movement speed. We don't really care about the minor maim, because the minor maim was on the helmet, and the movement speed is going to be on. Well, if you hit them anyways, I mean, if you're trying to hit one person or trying to hit everybody with minor, with the 60% reduced speed, that would just be stupid, because you hit one person, by the time you hit the 4th person, it's already going to be up on the 1st person. So I don't even worry about reducing movement speed on that. Now, if you're facing like 2 or 3 people, 2 people at the most, I would consider just sitting there Heroic Slashing both of them just to keep that going. But other than that, you're just only using this for the minor heroism. It does a little bit of damage, but like, again, your intent is to build ultimate, not to damage. So keep that in mind. I'm going to say it like 100 times, because there's going to be people that are going to come in and watch this and are going to be like, man, I just want to do damage. Well, play a different class, because it's not this class that you want to play. This one's just straight build your ultimate, debuff the group, let everybody else DPS, basically. So again, minor heroism, the corrupting pollen. The reason you're getting this and you're using this is for major defile, reducing their health received by 39% for 4 seconds. Now, if you remember on the helmet was minor defile, so we'll just go back and look at it. Minor defile, minor maim, and you look over here, major defile. You're already getting your minor and your major defile on the group. Like, it's just amazing. And it's a pretty big AoE, so if you want to look at it, that's how big it is. And this is how big the monster set piece is. It literally spawns where you are, and it is literally this big. This is how big it grows. So keep that in mind. So again, we got the pollen, major defile. We got our beetles, subterranean assault. Basically, it does your major and your major breach and fracture. Just a good debuff again for groups. We got shimmering shields, and the main reason why there's two main reasons why you're using it. One, because it absorbs damage. It's like 29k damage for 3 projectiles. It's really good. You also restore magicka, and you gain major heroism for 6 seconds, granting you 3 ultimate every 1.5 seconds. That is just amazing. So you already have minor heroism from heroic slash. You have major heroism from shimmering shields. Invigorating drain. You're like, what are you doing, dude? Like, the main reason you're using this is at the very bottom of the first sentence, or the first paragraph. Generating 5 ultimate every 1 second for 3 seconds. Just let that sink in for a second. You have minor heroism, major heroism, reduce ultimate costs by 25%, and then you're getting ultimate back every time you spam this. If you look here, your permafrost is at 154 ultimate. We'll look at what it does. Damages enemy for like about 2k. Frost damage every 1 second for 8 seconds. Reduces their movement speed by 70%. Nearby allies gain major protection, reducing incoming damage at 30%. And if an enemy is damaged 3 times, they're stunned for 3 seconds. Now, of course, they're going to break free, but by then, they're probably already going to die. Because when you go into a keep, or if you're pushing a group, and they're like, all right, get ready, we're going in, you're going to buff up, get ready. All of a sudden, they're like, all right, push. You're dropping your ulti, you're dropping your major defile, and you're just going in. I totally forgot the subterranean beetles. But anyways, you hit subterranean beetles, hit it, go around the corner, boom, just fucking go to town. I'm really bad at activating my subterranean beetle. But if you guys can get good at it, it'll definitely help your group out that much more, because you're affecting them with your major breach and fracture. Usually when I've gone into it and I pop Permafrost and then I pop my major defile, 9 times out of 10 within 3 seconds they're already dead. Because we either have a Destro ulti going in, at least one Destro ulti, or they just tap target one of the targets and they just kill them. We have done it with a huge group. We've attacked a huge group with just 8 people, and we've wiped an entire Zerg. Just with this build helping out, because by the time that I pop my permafrost, and then while you're so when you pop your permafrost, right? We'll say we'll go around this rock into here. Can you go in here? Oh my god, this is gonna get edited out. All right, so say you're going right. You're going in. Oh my god. Alright, so say you're going in. You're gonna buff up. Get your buffs going. Hit that subterranean. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. By the time everything hits, you're gonna be sitting there. You're gonna do your low slash. You're gonna obviously keep your shimmering shields up. And then you're going to sit there and spam Invigorating Drain. By the time all that shit goes off, you do your Invigorating Drain once, you're going to hit this again, hit your beetles, go ahead and heavy attack, heroic slash, hit that again, your beetles, shimmering shield, Invigorating Drain, and by then you have your permafrost up again. It is just the most ridiculous build I've ever built as far as like ulti regen, as far as on a warden. It's just amazing. So you're going to be doing something like that as far as like your front bar. Again, it's 154 ultimate. It's extremely cheap. On your back bar, you're going to have leeching vines. Basically, you can put this on yourself or put it on somebody else. So say if you already have like a tank in there, you can apply it on them, and it's gonna apply minor lifesteal. Excuse me, to the enemies that damage the target for 10 seconds, healing you and your allies for 684 health every 1 second. So it's a nice little heal, and definitely the uptime on it is if you keep it up to every 10 seconds. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna die, because eventually you will, but it's just an extreme, like an extreme. It's just a really good heal that you should always have on if you're running it. If you're running this build, like I tried using the fungal growth. I tried using nature's grass. I mean, I tried using healing ward. I tried using healing springs and all this stuff, and by far this is the best setup that I've found as far as the skills. Leeching Vine is just an amazing skill. Ice Fortress on your back bar, basically just gives you your major resolve and major ward, spell and physical, and it gives you a little bit of major protection. All this for 23 seconds. You cannot do this build and not run this. It's just, it's incredible. I mean, even if you ran Mighty Chuden, you're missing out on major protection, and that would just be dumb if you didn't run this build. This skill, at least. I mean, you can run the other morph if you wanted to, but you're missing out on major protection. Like, it's incredible. So you're gonna gain major protection for 23 seconds. Yeah, you get it from here, but this is mainly for your support, or for your group. Okay. And plus, you're not gonna have Permafrost 100% of the time. You can literally have Ice Fortress 100% of the time. Our next skill is Rapid Regen. The only reason I like this is because it's a faster tick. That's pretty much it. And plus, we don't need mutagen. Because a lot of times, if you're most of the time, okay, so most of the time the way you're gonna play this build is you're gonna be a scout more or less. So like, say we're going into a keep here, you know, I would be the first one there, kind of testing out, see who's gonna come and attack me, whatnot. And mutagen and whatnot is fine. Like, if you want to run mutagen for extra group play. But honestly, if you apply Bullnetch, the Blue Betty, when you look at the bottom, when you summon this, it removes one negative effect anyways. So I mean, and a mutagen's nice too, because if you get below a certain percent, it automatically heals you for a certain amount. Yeah, that's nice. But if you do this build right and you keep up your Lotus, your Rapid, and your Leeching, it's going to be really hard to kill you, and you keep your buffs up. As long as you keep your buffs up, you'll be good. So next one's Lotus. Anytime you light attack, you restore health. Fully charged attack, you restore that much more health. It also gains major prophecy, increasing your spell critical by so much for 20 seconds. Yeah, it's nice, you know. But main thing is your light and your heavy attacks, because you're gonna be heavy attacking with your sword and board and or your resto. Keep in mind that if you hit heroic slash and you swap bars, and you heavy attack with your resto, you will still get stand back as long as the 5 seconds. As long as you haven't heavy attack after the 5 seconds. Okay, so you have to heavy attack within 5 seconds of hitting heroic slash. Okay, just keep that in mind. So yeah, the Lotus Blossom, is just a really good set as well, because you're always light attacking. You're light attacking in between every one of your skills if you can. On the back bar, yeah, you can just smash them, and then as soon as you hit Lotus Blossom, you want to light attack everything else. It lasts for 20 seconds, really big. And then the Blue Betty basically restores so much magicka over 26 seconds, grants you major sorcery. Yeah, you know, that's cool and all. And then, but the main thing you're using it for is for restore magicka and to negate any effects that get applied to you. It's the reason why we're using that. The next ulti we're using is the Resto ulti. It's just a really, really good heal. I don't have it morphed, but even now it's still a really good heal. You pop it at 97 ulti. Are you kidding me? You're healing you and ally for 5k every 1 second for 5 seconds. That's just ridiculous. Okay? Just ridiculous. So again, the way you're going to use this build, you're going to make sure you buff up. Oh, I froze. There we go. Make sure you buff up, okay? Get your going. Hit that shimmering shield. Hit it in. We're going in. Boom. Heavy attack, light attack, whatever. Make sure you get those heroic slashes off. 1 per every 9 seconds. And then make sure you're hitting those invigorating trains. And I promise you anything, you will get ulti back extremely fast. Extremely fast. So we'll go into CP. I have 0 in the Thief. I have 75 in the Arcanus, just for that extra recovery. I have 33 into defile. Basically, it just increases the effectiveness of your healing reduction abilities, which you are using your major and minor defile. You can put more points into there. You could take some out of tumbling. You could take some out of Shadow Ward, which I would suggest if you want to take anything out of, you would take it out of Shadow Ward, because you're not going to be blocking with this build as much as you would a DK or something like that. I can't see you taking anything out of Arcanus just because you're killing yourself in magic recovery. I say the only thing you would want to take out would be Shadow Ward. Take out, I think I put in 60, 75 points in here, and it increased, I believe, I can't remember, but I believe I got it up to 46% reduced healing receives. So you can play around with it, and every time you put points into defile, as far as like a percent or whatever, you will increase this a little bit. So just keep that in mind as well. Anyways, we got 33 into defile, 51 into tumbling, just because we are roll dodging sometimes, and we do get snared and CC'd and stuff. So it's kind of nice to roll dodge a lot. And then Shadow Ward 81. Again, if you want to put some in the defile, take it out of Shadow Ward. 75 blast, 84 elf point, 13 spell erosion, just to kind of get a little bit of extra damage with the Permafrost. It's a little bit it. And then plus, there's nowhere else to really put points. We got 31 in here only because of this ability. When you block a melee attack, you have 15% chance to deal 2,800 physical damage to the enemy. Can occur once every 5 seconds. All you gotta do is literally just put block up every few seconds, and it'll pop that shield open. So that's literally within every 5 seconds. And you can actually see, I think you can actually see, there it is, bottom right hand side. It just popped up every 5 seconds. You can pop it up. I think it only lasts for like 3 seconds though. Yeah, it only lasts for 4 seconds, excuse me. It lasts for 4 seconds. It doesn't actually last for 5. Because when you're looking at your countdown on your buff tracker, zero is actually, a second. Now, we have 40 into precise strikes. Mainly because I was toying around with it, and I was looking at putting 120 into here, so that if you ever do fall below 20% health, you would get major heroism. But then I started thinking, you get major heroism anyways from the from your shimmering shields, so there's literally no point to put 120 in there. And I just haven't changed the 40 and put more into elf point and bless. So that's why I have it still there. 66 ironclad. I put 69 in the crit resistant just to get that 2990 crit resistance. Just to get that extra crit resistance is all. That's the only reason I did it. If you feel comfortable running 2k crit resistance or 2500 crit resistance, by all means do it. I just like more crit resistance. It's just my preference. Definitely change it if you don't feel that you need that much, but I do. 37 into hard yellow defender, 31 in thick skin, and then I have none in here. that's pretty much it as far as the build goes. If you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comment sections below. Like, dislike, subscribe. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you hate about it. And I will be working on trying to get some video clips in. Usually a lot of times when I go to PvP, I totally forget to clip things. So if we end up never seeing a video clip on it, I will be streaming it here in the next few weeks on Twitch. I do stream on Twitch, so if you guys ever want to check me out on Twitch and catch me live and ask some questions that way, you definitely can. It's at twitch.tv/J__dub DUB. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this build helps you out with your group, or hopefully you have a little bit of fun with it. I have been having a blast with it. It's just an amazing and quick ulti regen. The biggest tip that I can give you guys, as far as like say you do a complete redo of the CP and complete redo of the attributes, if you keep the actual setup that we have as far as skills and gear, I promise you won't really like the setup. You can redo the traits if you wanted to and all that stuff, but I promise you had to keep the skills the way they are set up. And I'll tell you why, because I totally forgot to do it. I'm not really going to go into too many passives. I'm only going to go to the passives that give you a slight bonus. I'm not going to go into the one that anytime you activate a pet ability, you gain 4 ultimate within every 9 seconds. You're going to be doing it anyways, hopefully. I'm not going to be going into too much about that. Here's the biggest things right here. Increase your damage done by 2% of each animal ability slotted. I started looking at this, and then it just worked out that the blue Betty has to be on your back bar. It lasts for 25 seconds, and then the subterranean has to be on your front bar. It lasts for 3 seconds. Okay, it's the only reason why we have it like that. Could you put dive and swarm on? I wouldn't suggest it. You have nowhere to put it as far as green balance goes. So increases healing done for green balance abilities 2% for each green balance ability slotted. Now the reason we have it like this is because we have at least 2% on the front bar, and then we still have the vines on our back bar as well, but then lotus as well, excuse me. So we have our leashing and our lotus. Should bring it to 4%. Wait, does it bring it to 4%? It should. Yeah, okay, it does. But yeah, so you're using these two on your back bar, and if you're on this back bar anyways, and you're trying to sustain and stay alive, it's gonna be fine anyways because of that. It's gonna increase your healing done, which is nice, and then your restal ulti is gonna tick for more. As long as you have your buffs up, you'll be good. And then for again for winners. So we have one fortress on our back bar, and then we have 2 on our front bar as far as the ultimate shimmering shields. It's basically this right here. Increase your physical and spell resistance by 500 for each winner's embrace ability slotted. So you have 1,000 on your front bar. If you swap, you have 500 on your back bar. That's the reason why we do it. Okay, this is the reason why we have our skills set up the way we do. Do you have to have X on heroic slash? No. Put your abilities wherever, but as long as you have at least 1 healing on your front bar, one animal companion on your front bar. So basically one green balance tree on your front bar, 1 animal companion on your front bar, and then 2 on your front bar. As far as Winter's Embrace goes, you'll be fine. And then put the rest like this. This is why we do it. It's a lot of testing gone into it. This is just what I found to be best for me and my group that we play with. And I've actually been pugging a lot the last 2 weeks, and it still works really well. As long as you coordinate, as long as you coordinate with your group as far as ultis and stuff like that, when they're going off, who's got it, blah 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 blah. you can really help out your group as long as you can say, yeah, hey, I got my permafrost. Let me know when to go. All right, cool. We're going in 5 seconds. Get ready. Boom, buff up. That's all you gotta do. And get ready. Make sure you have that leeching and you go in first. Get that subterranean going. Get that mage defile going, and then pop that permafrost. Promise you, if you like playing support, and you like being cancer at PvP, this build is definitely it. It's not built for damage or anything like that. Again, thanks for watching. I'll leave the description down below. In the description down below, I'll put down my Twitch if you guys want to come in and ask me a little questions about the build or whatnot like that. Or you can just ask in the comment sections below. Thanks again.